More than 30 European leaders in Armenia, also at the European Political Community Summit, are heads of global organizations like NATO, and a Canadian Prime Minister for the first time. Wars in Ukraine, the Middle East, primary concerns for all at this summit. And under the Trump administration, Washington's continued commitment to NATO. A spat between the US President and the German Chancellor over Washington's handling of the war on Iran, triggering late last week a decision to withdraw 5,000 troops from Germany. And William Denselow for CNN joins us live from Brussels. William, Mr. Trump's announcement late last week to pull troops out of Germany. NATO has been aware of Washington's desire to remove the level of its support from NATO. But this putting fire under any urgency in NATO and European nations in NATO, the impact of that decision on talks at the summit.
Well, we've heard from Kai Kallas, the EU's top diplomat and foreign affairs chief, who has said that this decision by the Trump administration impacts not just European interests, but US interests as well. Of course, a number of bases, US bases, that the US is populating by having forces in parts of Europe, including in Germany. But we've also heard from a spokesperson for NATO speaking over the weekend that this highlights the need for Europe to do more when it comes to bolstering its own security capabilities. Of course, when it comes to this spat between Washington and Berlin, this isn't just military components to be considered as well. We also know that the Trump administration is threatening to increase tariffs on European cars, namely German automobiles, from 15% to 25%, so an economic component as well. This is why Ursula von der Leyen says that this summit in Yerevan has three components, all hindered on easing over-dependencies when it comes to Europe's energy future, defence and security, as well as supply chains. Several of those issues, of course, the relationship with Washington, absolutely paramount.
Easing European over-dependence on Washington, but Europe and Canada working more closely together. Mark Carney, the first Canadian Prime Minister to attend this particular summit.
It's absolutely right. As you mentioned, this is a significant development and really shows how close these ties between Canada and the European Union and European powers at large really are at this moment. Of course, these are nations, or these are a bloc and a country that have suffered similar sorts of relationships with the United States over recent months. These threat of tariffs, and just a part of these strained relationships with Washington, which is really seen by some as a major catalyst for bringing these two sides even closer together. We've heard from Antonio Costa, the European Council president, who said that the reason why Canada was involved is because he said that they share their 360-degree worldview on security, their commitment to a rules-based order, also that commitment to multilateralism going forward as well. Interestingly, we've heard also from Mark Carney. He says that there will likely be a new world order, and he believes that can very much be Eurocentric. So very much him saying he has strong faith in this relationship, and for Europe playing a key part in what kind of a new world order might look like during these slightly chaotic times when it comes to international diplomacy.
Thanks for that. William Denselow for CNN from Brussels.